Assalamu alaikum and welcome to all the students of class first year. I hope you all are fine. This is lecture number 24, subject English, and the topic is letter writing. The first thing we have to deal with is the question, what is meant by letter? Actually, it's a source of conveying message or information, and it has been used as a way of communication since old times. When there were no telecommunication sources like telephone, email, fax, etc., then people used to write letters to their loved ones. If we talk about the kinds of letter, there are two main kinds, formal letter and informal letter. Formal letters are basically written to discuss some business or to apply for some service or job. When we want to make any request or want to file complaint against any person or institution, then you write formal letter. In its examples, letter to editor, job cover letter, official and business letters are included. And one more thing, when you write application to your principal or your teacher, that also comes under this category because that is called application letter. Simply we call it application, but it's actually application letter. On the other hand is informal letter. They are called personal letters which we write to our family, friends, relatives or acquaintance. Acquaintance means jaan pehchan ke log. These letters can be written for any social reason like telling about your health or progress, to pay thanks to any person, to give advice or to ask for advice, and to make condolence on someone's death. The first pattern given here is of formal letter. At the top left corner, address of sender has to be written. In real life situation, you need to write house and street number, then mohalla or sector. Then on next line, you will write city name. But as a student in educational context, you should write address as examination hall, comma. And on next line, ABC full stop as your city name. Then on next line, just below the address, you will write date on which you are writing letter. And date should be written in the given form. For example, 1st May, 2020. After that, on next line, you have to write name or job title of the person to whom you are writing. For example, you are writing to the editor, then you will write the editor, comma. And in case you need to write to health officer, then you will write the health officer, comma. On next line, you have to write the address of the receiver where the person is working. For example, the Daily Dawn, comma, and on next line write city name, then full stop. Then comes topic sentence, which is optional. If you write, it's better, and if you don't, then it's okay. For example, if you are writing subject, then you will write subject colon adverse effects of cheating in examination halls. There should be no full stop at the end of subject. Keep one thing in your mind, first letter of every word should be in capital form. On next line comes salutation, the way in which you write to addressee. The person is at a prominent place, so you should write respected sir, comma. Then comes body of the letter. It is better to divide it into paragraphs. For example, in first paragraph, you will have to give a short introduction stating the purpose of your letter. In second paragraph, you can give additional information related to the topic, and in third paragraph, you will have to give closing information, summary or thanks as suitable to your letter. On next line, you should write yours faithfully or yours sincerely as a closing. Below that, you will write your name, but as a student, you will write XYZ full stop. The informal or personal letter pattern is here. First comes sender address. On top left corner, you must write examination hall, comma, on next line ABC full stop as given here. Below that, you will write date. Students, keep one thing in your mind. When you are writing date, full name of month must be written. Then comes salutation. You can write dear father, dear brother, dear uncle, depending on the relation to addressee. Addressee means to whom you are writing. There is no specific pattern for body of the letter here, so you can write anything as opening remarks, additional information, and closing remarks. After that, you need to write closing and your name as written here for pattern. Here are some points which you need to remember while writing letter. For example, while writing formal letter, you must use polite and humble language. Don't be harsh even if you are making a complaint. You should avoid unnecessary details because it's not an essay and no one will have time to read it in detail. So keep it short. Avoid grammatical mistakes and follow proper pattern of formal letter. On the contrary, when you write informal letter, you can use contractions and abbreviations. Students, as you know, contractions and abbreviations are the shortened form of words. Your style should be natural and attractive because it will be easy to understand and will be interesting to read it more than once. There should be simplicity and sincerity in your style. Don't try to impress other person by your knowledge. You should express what you really feel. And informal letter is actually personal in color because its wording and style shows personality of sender and we can make an idea about the relation of sender to receiver. If we make a comparison between formal and informal letter, some points are more prominent. For example, in formal letter, we use polite and humble language, while in informal letter, we can use friendly and emotional language. There is a difference of language. Then, formal letters are used for professional purposes, while informal letters are written for personal communication. Here is a difference of usage. Then, formal letters are written to organizations, any government or private sector departments, or to employers, while on the other hand, informal letters are written to family, friends, and relatives. So, there is a difference of written purpose. So, students, here our topic ends. I hope the basic pattern and rules are now clear to you.